Hello roomies! Welcome to another fresh episode of Room 510. My name is Pom.
And this is Kerwin.
Marcus.
In this special episode, we're going to talk about love and adulting. And for that, we have invited special guests. I'm sure you know them pretty well. But before we introduce our guests, please take a second to drop a review or follow this podcast wherever you get this podcast. If you're watching this on YouTube right now, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever we drop a new episode. If you have any comments or suggestions, just leave it in the comment section below. So, okay, our guest for today is actually our colleague. Yes, they're both doctors and they're actually one of the hottest couples right now in social media. And they have their own YouTube channel with over 10,000 subscribers. So guys, if you haven't subscribed to their channel, just go type Sandes, search for it and subscribe. And of course, they're going to tie the knot on April 11. So please help me welcome to the show the future Mr. and Mrs. Dr. Gerard Santos and Dr. Jobelle Fernandez.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
Hello.
Welcome,
Hey,
welcome.
guys.
Yeah, hello. So,
Alright. How's it
ding,
going?
ding, ding, ding. Yeah.
Marami kaming plans this coming weeks because yun, for one, you're gonna get married and
Sure na ba yan?
ako sure na, ikaw. Sure ka ba?
It's keeping you busy.
Yeah.
When is that? April?
April 11.
April 11. Yeah.
Alright.
This was postponed.
Postponed. What do you mean?
5 months.
Yeah.
Okay,
this was
it's
supposed
5
to be
months in the
scheduled.
making. So, before the pandemic, you were
Initially kasi ang wedding namin sa December 12.
December 12.
Yes.
But it's still within December 12, 2020.
Last year, yes, 2020.
Okay. Then what happened?
What happened was, originally, April 11 sana talaga, 2020. But then, timing, naging Black Saturday. It was Holy Week. So, pinagbawalan kami ng parents ni Jobelle.
Yeah, but let me ask you, how long have you been together?
15 years.
15 years. How old are you
1-5.
now? How old are you now?
28.
28 minus 15. That's like you're
13.
teenagers.
Teenagers.
13.
So,
Wow.
high
alright.
school pala.
High school.
Yes, already half of our lives magkasama na kami.
Don't you ever get bored?
Siguro that's part of love
Yes.
kasi eh.
That's part of love.
Yeah.
Alright. That's
Diba?
a good excuse. But you know, I've seen your what do you call this? Your vlogs or on Facebook. You've been really elaborate in terms of showing your affection, your love for Jobelle. What's that? Is that second nature to you, or do you?
Siguro, how can I answer that? Because I started being very, showy.
Showing.
Or like,
Very affectionate.
Affectionate sa mga surprises kay Jobelle when the time na nakita ko yung value niya.
All right.
Oh, kasi before,
After what?
After what? Okay, sige,
yun
sige.
yung question. Siguro yung time, di ba?
Hot seat natin si Gerard.
Si Gerard,
Come on, Jobelle.
Siguro yung first, di ba, ligawan part. And then, during that part, di ba, in love pa yung lalaki and everything, ganyan. And then, di ba, that feeling dies down eventually.
Really? I don't know.
Usapang lalaki to.
Iniwan ka na eh.
Usapang lalaki.
Okay.
Istuhan na.
We're just gonna pretend, okay, some feeling dies out. Okay.
Oh yeah, like that. So, yun yung time na, syempre, parang you're eyeing other women din. So, ganun. And then, after that, yung time na, when karma hits you,
Yeah, okay.
yeah, yung time na,
It hits you hard.
Yeah, it hits you hard. So, yun, nakita ko yun. Tsaka mo makita yung value na kapag nawawala na. Yung pinaghirapan mo sa una. And then, ayun, I started.
So you weren't as elaborate as now before that.
Yes.
No, alright.
Sobra.
So, ngayon is a result of yung karma na yan.
Partly yes, oo. Pero syempre ako kasi naturally parang gusto ko rin ng mga I am really a hands-on person. Like gusto ko ako talaga yung gagawa ng surprises, yung mga details, parang may pagka-creative rin sa akin. So doon ko lang binubuhos lahat.
I remember you made a box way years back, di ba?
That was on our
Sobrang elaborate.
10th
Nakita niyo yun?
10th anniversary. That was the anong tawag din? Explosion box.
So that's the term.
Explosion box. When you open the box, parang like
That was
open.
before your elaborate Valentine's date at some hotel? Or
Yes, that
it
was
before or
During.
after?
during the 10th anniversary.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Gerard, walang ganyan eh, no? Well, definitely walang social
That's not
media.
that's not an excuse.
Kasi yun rin yung part dun eh. Kasi wala akong nakikitang ganun. And gusto ko, syempre when you're really inspired, gusto ko ako lang makakagawa nito. I'll make sure na it will stand out. It's not na gusto ko siyang i-boast na ako lang ganun. Pero yung inspiration mo to make her happy.
Yeah, well, it's always nice to boast if it's for your girl. I mean,
Yes.
I would like to say na, ako lang kagawa niyan, ako lang ganyan. Just for your girl, di ba?
Yes.
Just to impress it.
Pero it's very rare to find a guy who'd really show his affection, who would show his affections to a girl,
You're talking to him.
especially to that extent.
I'm also like that.
Really?
Click na click eh.
Pero I was quite surprised. Like you would go the
Extra mile.
the extra mile just to impress your girl.
Mile, eh. Parang 10 miles more,
Yeah.
100 miles more.
Yeah. Imagine mo yung effort, di ba? Some guys, hindi na, okay na yan. Alam ko naman, parang-
Yeah.
Pero siya, sige, diretso.
Especially you've been together for like 15 years and diba for some guys like nagiging complacent na sila.
Oh.
True.
Kaya parang hindi na yan, okay na yan.
Hindi-
Pero but for you, I mean, you're very lucky, Jobelle, that you have Gerard kasi talagang rare yan, rare breed.
Yeah. Thanks, Doc. I got you.
Rare yung breed namin. Eh.
Yeah.
So,
Pero ito, when you started, is it consistent na ito every year ginagawa mo? Medyo nag-escalate din siya.
Actually, ang
through the
weird
years?
nga eh. 'Di ba usually in a relationship, sa start ang magaling yung mga lalaki. During ligawan, dyan, bongga lahat ng surprises. Ako baliktad. During our first 2 anniversaries, wala. Wala akong binigay sa kanya. First 4 anniversaries. As
Ano yun,
in,
dahil ayaw mo talaga or
hindi, parang feeling ko yung typical no, lalaki ako. Parang corny man yan. Parang ganun. Tapos,
so
yun,
hindi ka ganun ka showy pala from the
hindi.
start?
Actually, hindi.
Not that showy, but emotional.
Aha.
In lang, private. Not in social media.
Siguro yun. Yung private pa lang, hindi ko pa pinapakita sa social media. Kasi dati, di ba, hindi pa uso eh. Siguro dati Friendster lang, ganun. Wala pang Facebook.
but then that's good enough. I mean, whether it's private or it's public, what matters most is yung reciprocation ng yung partner mo. Diba?
Pero yun, fortunate na lang, even before we already started taking pictures of us together. Parang yung sa show ngayon is, yun yung part na na-highlight. Parang na-document namin yung relationship namin from the start since 2006. So parang yun din yung maganda dun.
Ano pa no, yung parang
Teenager pa kayo
was
nun
this
eh.
before Facebook?
Friendster,
before.
yeah.
Friendster, yeah.
Hindi ko naabot yan. Kaya na. So doon pa lang ano niya na.
Medyo
i-post
sa
pictures
Facebook na, hindi ko kilala yung Friendster, MySpace na yan. Hindi ko nabutan yan.
Kerwin siguro. Claro.
Hindi, ano pa nun? Hindi, tatawag ka pa. Kapag gusto mo ng mag-show ng affection mo, na showy ka, tatawag ka sa radyo.
Okay, good.
Oh, yun.
Diba?
Tama, oo.
Beeper.
Oh, Mr. DJ, pwede pakibati siya.
Pero
Ito yung song na gusto namin.
Anong
no?
song? 80s? 70s? Oh,
kabistado na.
May air supply.
your supply, eh, no? Yung mga testimonials, no, sa Friendster.
Friendster.
So doon pa lang. Mga
Yeah.
testimonials.
Those
Exactly.
days.
Oh, okay, mga testimonials na.
Doon nagsimula.
Tapos doon mo makikita kung sinong pupunta sa profile mo.
Oh,
parati.
sino mga stalker.
Scene, parang something ganun. Okay.
This person
And then,
has visited your profile 100 times, di ba?
Oo.
Uy, siguro ito. Mangungutang.
So doon kayo na-start sa Friendster.
Yes.
Friendster.
It's nice. I mean, it's all
So,
on social
all
media.
social media. Like, were there any, parang physical, interaction? Paano mo siya na-meet si Jobelle?
Actually, nakita ko si Jobelle sa social media ng best
Best
friend
friend.
niya. Because yung best friend niya, I think, siya yung
Crush
parang...
mo?
Hindi, siya yung...
May crush sa
may
kanya.
crush siya.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
Kasi we were swimming sa isang hotel that time and then hinanap niya sa logbook yung pangalan ko. And then yun, hinanap niya ako sa Friendster. Tapos yun, dun kami nag-chat-chat, testy-testy. And then,
Yun,
I stumbled on her picture sa profile ng girl. And ano bang nangyari next yun? Kasi nag-exchange din kami ng number ng best friend niya. And then when I started texting that number on another day, ibang nag-reply. Sabi ko, sorry, si Jobelle to, yung best friend ni girl. And then sabi ko, bakit number mo to? And then sinabi din ng girl na, sinabi niya na parang nakihiram lang. Yun. So, eventually, nakuha ko rin number niya. And then, kinulit ko na si Jobelle. Kasi mas nagustuhan ko siya eh. Nung nakita ko yung picture, mas type ko to.
So you were
So
shopping.
parang it was not love at first sight, like parang
Wala.
titigan kayo.
Wala, actually,
Social media yung
Social
ano.
media.
social media yung
Yes.
platform na nag-join sa aming dalawa. And ang funny dun kasi kami na for 1 month, hindi pa kami nagkikita personally.
Really?
Yeah.
Uso na pala dati, no?
Yes.
Uso yan dati.
Oh, hindi kayo nabutan.
So, yan.
Being a doctor, you have very busy schedules. So how do you manage your time?
Kasi we work in different hospitals as moonlighters. So, we have duties sa Dipolog and we also have duties here sa Zamboanga. So, first 15 days sa Dipolog kami and then we go back to Zamboanga for another duty. So, yun. Medyo jam-packed talaga yung schedule every month.
Moonlight muna, save muna for the wedding and the upcoming events sa life namin. Like set the foundations muna before we go on training.
You got it all planned. Parang planner talaga tong si Gerard, the way I see it.
Pero ang planner sa kanila si ano eh.
Si Jobelle.
Si Jobelle eh.
Nanood.
Ako yung nag-plan, siya yung nag-execute lang.
Speaking of residency, do you have any plans to go into
Yes,
residency training?
hopefully after the first baby
Okay.
and after my
first baby.
payback.
Si Jobelle,
First baby.
even before, nasa planner niya yan, I want to become a
Mom.
neurologist.
Neurologist. Oh, that's
So do you have any particular institution in mind?
3 actually.
Three,
Makati Med, St. Luke's, or Medical City.
So have you applied na or not yet?
Kasi after 2 years pa po.
Payback.
Yeah,
Payback. Okay. How about you, Gerard?
Ako naman, at first, gusto ko talaga maging surgeon, GS. But then, with my personality, I thought na...
What personality is that?
siguro, personality ko kasi, I don't want other people to like shout at me or, di ba, yung ganun sa, usually sa...
Training.
Yeah, training ng surgery. That's the culture. So, I think, madali kasi ako mag-burst and masyado akong kinikim-kim yung mga ganun. Tapos,
May
so
ganun
naisip,
ano rin pala sa medical field.
Oh, yeah.
So parang military style.
Yeah.
It's actually like that. Parang fraternity yan kami. Parang may seniority.
May
talaga.
seniority din.
may hierarchy.
So,
Yeah.
like they say, diba, yung clerk is the lowest mama
Yeah,
sa
yeah.
hierarchy namin. So you have to accept that.
Yes.
Tawag sa mga clerks aliping sa gigilid eh.
Eventually, you
Yung
just
mga
get
tawag
over
sa-
it naman.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
become a doctor and then that's nothing to it. It's just part of training,
Yeah.
part of history.
After being a doctor, you still have to go through residency and the
Yes.
setup is
The same.
the same. And some institution have it worse eh.
Yes.
Yeah. How old are you right now?
28.
28. Both of you
them are
28.
So you have this timeline. On April, you're gonna get
Married.
Yes.
And then probably
And
a year or 6 months.
Siyempre,
baby.
she wants to get pregnant, and
Yeah.
that's like 9 months, and then rearing the child for like
A year.
a year.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Actually,
Have you considered na the difficulties that you will encounter in going into residency training program at the same time having a baby?
syempre you have to experience it to know.
Tanong mo ba yan sa kanila o tanong mo para sa'yo din?
Hindi,
Ikaw
gusto-
din.
Yeah, kaya nga. I wanna ask them first. I wanna hear their answers.
Ikaw.
Because maybe I can give some advice.
okay, sige.
Siguro for us, I think because we think na we already planned it. Parang nandun yung security na kaya na yun natin, then na plano na. But then, syempre, being a parent is not not that easy.
Yeah, it's
So
no
like
joke.
Doc Marcus, you have 2 children. So hindi pa namin alam how it is like, especially for the first few months and years of rearing a child.
Yeah, it's like one needs to sacrifice kasi talaga. And my concern lang kasi they're both doctors. So who will sacrifice? I mean,
Who is going to stay at home and take care of
Yun.
the...
So ano ngayon
The kid.
nasa planner mo?
Actually, I'm the more career-oriented. So I think Gerard will have
Gerard
to
is-
sacrifice.
So si Gerard,
So-
model na lang, jogging na lang.
So kaya yun, I have to sacrifice my dream of being a general surgeon. After that, general surgeon, pedia, IM, and IM is not for me. So ako knowing na ipagka-vain, like alam mo yun, parang papogi, ganyan, or being creative din, being hands-on. Ang naisip ko, why not combine surgery and aesthetics? So plan ko ngayon is to go into cosmetic surgeon.
surgery.
Nice.
Yeah, cosmetic
that's a nice,
surgery.
That's a nice area.
Yeah, kasi parang perfectionist kasi ako eh, and in details talaga.
Pero how's the market dito sa Zamboanga na?
Oh, it's booming.
Really?
It's really booming.
Diba? Nakita ko rin yung last picture ni Doc kasama ni Doc Jajuri.
Oh yeah, yung si Dr. Jajuri. He's the only one here that does that kind of breast implants, does the
Butt lift,
butt lift,
lipo, nose lift.
So he's the only one.
Yeah. And in being a doctor, yun din kasi yung habol mo eh, yung market. Yung sinong wala dito. Kaya yung iba, most of them, nagtitrain pa sila further. Like after IM, kailangan mo maging cardiologist, kailangan mo maging neurologist. Kasi yun yung wala.
But that's like after siguro your baby is like 3 years old already.
Yun nga eh. Kasi in cosmetic surgery, hindi ka naman mag-duty 24 hours.
It's the number of cases.
That's in Manila.
But you have to pay for it. Yun lang talaga.
Yeah, it's just a sacrifice.
Kaya we have to work double time.
I'm just wondering, how expensive is it to get married in the middle of a pandemic? Because I spent an X amount of money, so parang I'm just wondering, like now,
And
like, how expensive
And my
is it?
question, Doc, when was your wedding?
It was like
Before.
2018.
18, so
Yeah.
that was like 3 years, 2 to 3 years ago.
Yeah.
You have no idea what's coming.
Pero siguro
Open
ano na,
box.
siguro ano off mic, how much did you spend, Doc? Like honestly.
Secret.
Siguro, naabot yan ng million.
Million.
Ay, hindi naman siguro.
Uy.
Yeah, hindi naman. Hindi umabot. Hindi umabot.
Extravagant na rin siguro yung million.
Yeah. We're not that kind of couple.
Kasi ngayon,
Medyo-
ngayon ang million is yun yung parang based, di ba? Or hindi ba naman?
Hindi pa naman.
Siguro yung iba kasi may packages eh.
Medyo malapit lang.
O hindi ba mga 800? Considering all expenses. Like from down to
Yeah.
ano.
Okay.
So yung sa
Close to
damit,
that.
Damit, to everything, to the reservations, the
sa,
rooms.
sa nakakatipid yung mga couples here kasi sobrang mura ng pagkain. Kasi like for me, I got married 20 years ago. I paid 1,000 per plate.
What?
That was in Manila.
20 years ago na yun.
What?
So imagine mo, and Manila Hotel right now is charging about 5,000 per plate.
What?
So yun yung equivalent value eh.
Is that for the
considering
guest
inflation.
or for the ninong and ninang
For
For,
the
for
guest.
everybody.
Wow.
Kasi ang 500, if you get married sa Manila for that price, medyo naghihirap ka na, di ba? Sobrang tipid mo na talaga yung 500. Pero here,
That's
ano ka
the
na?
ano eh.
May tipong senator ka na bisita, meron ka ng congressman na bisita, di ba? It's more,
Grabe, no?
ano yun?
Yeah. Well, that
That's
is
like martial law pa
understandable.
dati, no?
Kasi you cannot really compare yung price dito sa province sa Metro Manila. I mean, Metro Manila has a higher rate. Like lahat naman, 'di ba? In
Pero
general.
yun nga, sa food pa lang, ang laki ng natipid mo dito. So whatever savings you have sa food, you can reallocate to somewhere else, like paying your very, very good photographer. Very, very
Yun
good.
palang Indo.
Ayun.
Andun ma-shift. So yun nga eh, yun yung dilemma namin ngayon because yun, we need to set the foundation first. Kaya left and right yung gastos namin and then here comes also the wedding. And at first, gusto namin in grande.
Ikaw.
Gusto ko. Kasi ako naman talaga
Who
yung
wouldn't want?
big in gestures. Even my proposal.
Yung sa'yo ba, anong gusto mo nun? Gusto mo something simple lang ba? Or gusto mo, syempre, bongga?
Gusto ko sana tanan na lang eh. Tapos ng usapan.
Actually kasi
Diba?
diba, ang wedding it's for the girls eh. Ano yung gusto ng wife? It's not for the guys.
Yeah, it's actually never the guy's call eh.
True.
Alam ko sa inyong dalawa, si Jobelle talaga.
Hindi, actually, baliktad kami.
Ganun ba?
Ako yung
Balik.
practical.
So ikaw yung ano?
Siya yung extra.
Yung kakaiwa sa amin eh. Siya yung parang
Practical.
practical. Ako yung gusto. Ito gusto ko, ganyan, ganyan, ganyan.
So extra.
Yes, that's the
Like
term
the
sa akin eh.
proposal, Doc. It's
Yes.
very extra.
If you have seen the
Because
proposal,
I didn't have a say on that. So if I knew that it was coming, I would have said, not na.
Pero it would have ruined the surprise, eh, di ba? Kapag, alam
Or you
mo,
can just, I would say yes naman, even without the surprise. So you didn't have to.
pero syempre surprise yun, it's my call. So, yun, I pushed through. Perfect naman siya.
iba yung feeling na ano eh. Alam mo yung nandun ka, tapos sobrang tuwan-tuwa ng partner mo dun sa effort mo.
And bigla mong sinabi, ba't mo to ginawa? So, yun. Tapos, yun nga eh, sa wedding, dalawa na kaming may say. So, dyan na pumasok si Jobelle sa pagiging practical. At first, gusto namin yung yung bonggang wedding wedding
Like whole
event.
Grand Madrid.
Yeah, like the whole Grand Madrid. Doon pa naman, minimum 300 packs.
400.
400 guests.
So you're just gonna share
This
with
is
the gastos, both of
pre-pandemic.
you? Or
Hindi,
it's just
ako. As a guy,
Ako
di ba?
kasi sa bahay.
The wedding is for the girl, pero yung gastos is from the guy. Yan. Pero hindi naman siguro, like ngayon, modern na, share-share na. Pero ideally, yung guy, di ba? So, ayan. Tapos, yun, we need to cut down the cost because left and right ang gastos, like the house, the training.
yung wedding gown, di ba? What's the story behind that?
Yung wedding gown po kasi, it was, they had a contest for frontliners during the pandemic. So, Miss Joanne Samar, may contest siya last year. And then, I won the contest, so she gave me a free wedding gown.
Padamihan ng likes.
Padamihan ng likes. So,
Good for you. Good for you.
yes.
And we
So-
took advantage of our followers. So, yun. Hindi naman took advantage.
Advantage.
Parang, parang leverage.
Yeah.
Yun, not advantage.
It should be easy for you. Padamihan ng likes. So panalo na. Ang daming likes si Gerard and Jobelle. So, if I may ask, how much was that worth yung wedding gown?
Initially po, 60,000.
60,000.
Oo, in Manila, that's the base. Sa Zamboanga City, 50, 60, yun na yung maganda.
works na.
Top tier na.
And then,
And then, sinabi sa akin ni Miss Joanne, if I wanted to have Swarovski crystals,
Add-ons.
I have to add another 60,000 because it's worth
Double.
100, yes.
Whoa.
And then when during the gown fitting, parang he mentioned about MMK. So Miss Joanne Summer said na sponsored na yung Swarovski crystal.
uy,
Yes.
sige, gawin ko na lahat, Doc.
Oh, so yun.
Pero bakit MMK? I mean, you're gonna get married April pa. So bakit MMK? May
Siguro that
No,
was
MMK actually came in
before.
no,
Yes.
Before pa.
before pa. Siguro mga around December pa lang, andyan na sila. They were interested in their story na. Parang ganun.
So, was it you guys submitting an entry sa kanila, submitting your story, or sila may scout talaga sa kanila?
How were you discovered ba? Paano
Sa
ba? How
MMK.
did you guys connected with MMK?
It started with a Facebook post po, Miss Ayo Gutierrez, kasi she was featured before sa MMK. Nag-post kasi siya looking for exceptional love stories. And then one of my classmates tagged us. And then Miss Ayo messaged us on Facebook for asking for our love story. So we submitted it directly to the researcher. So, what happened was, hindi na kami dumaan dun sa email, yung sa maalaala mo kaya at absbn.com. Diretso na sa
Diretso
researcher.
na.
So, it was easier.
Yeah. And then you should I say got chosen or
Yes, actually last year
Parang
pa po.
we were prioritized of all.
So, na fast track yun.
that means your story is remarkable. Parang ganun, di ba? Diretso na po.
Alam mo, isa sa dami-dami siguro ng
Yes,
entries,
yes.
like how many do they get in a day?
What makes
Siguro-
your story remarkable?
Siguro hindi naman namin alam kung gaano kadami, pero but for sure MMK ang dami
yeah,
send yan. Kahit,
Definitely. Yes.
kahit siguro yung mga feeling nila hindi gaano ka-exceptional story nila, isa-send pa rin nila.
Yeah.
Siguro sa amin because documented lahat. Yung from our 2006 days up to now. So yun na yung kakaiba sa amin kasi karamihan ng mga couples parang they just go through the relationship without thinking about the
Photos and
pictures, photos and videos. So I think yun ang nag-stand out sa amin kasi kitang-kita yung timeline namin. we were very anong tawag doon?
Ambitious.
Ambitious kasi sabi
So
namin
we were given the choice kung sino din gusto namin. So
sino pinili niyo?
at first, Jane De Leon, Darna,
Ay,
and then
Darna.
Kablagman. And then hindi sila pwede, so we chose Katniel.
Daniel Padilla and ano yung mga big stars.
Big
mahal ang
Stars,
PF nila.
Jaden.
Hindi lang siguro sila available at that time. Pero swerte pa rin namin because yung binigay na role kay Jobelle, best actress yun.
Diba?
Na.
Best actress.
MMFF. Talo niya sila Nora Honor. Ganun.
Sino yung Nora Honor?
MMFF.
But anyways, were you satisfied of the outcome?
Yes,
ng MMK?
we are satisfied pero yun nga, kahit gaano katagal ang relationship ninyo, 1 hour pa rin kayo sa MMK.
Yes.
Siguro,
Siguro,
yeah.
So, hindi nila talaga makompress yung lahat ng nangyari during our 15 years.
the word is bitin.
How did you...
So, yung term lang siguro masabi namin, it was really
Nabitin
good
kami.
but bitin sobra.
Like, how did you go through yung process of telling them yung story niyo? Like, meron kayong essay, meron kayong...
They scheduled for an interview. Sa Zoom interview. And nagulat nga ako, pala kami, 4 hours each.
Yes.
And then another 2
Talaga?
to 3 hours,
Yes.
dalawa
Both
kami.
of us.
Parang at first kasi, in-interview yung life namin each pagkabata. Parang they were like,
Childhood.
yes, interviewing your core, kung paano ka lumaki, ba't ganun ang ugali mo. Each kami nun. And then after that,
So it's like
kami ng dalawa.
an FGD, like parang focus group discussion siya for the production na.
One-on-one eh.
One-on-one with
siya.
the researcher lang.
Okay.
Tapos, isa-send niya yung story na kuha sa amin to the writer. And then yung writer nang gagawa ng script.
Okay.
Para ma-formulate niya yung mga personalities niyo. So, yung actor can properly act kung ano yung... So, 4 hours?
Can the writer adapt something to make it colorful or
Yeah, kasi
So, like, how much of yung MK is real and how much was creative freedom?
Actually, the plot was actually accurate. The timeline, but the words that were uttered, the script itself.
Siyempre, we cannot remember the exact words we said how many years ago. So, I think we just, in-explain na namin ito ang nangyari, ito yung
what we
na-remember ko that time, and then they come up with the sentences or the words na fit sa storyline. And tugma naman din kung pinanood namin. It reflected our personalities.
The actor who played you was a little angsty for me.
Siguro from the viewpoint of other people, siguro kilala nyo ako. Siguro at that time siguro kasi nakita ko rin sa personality niya even in before the videos, parang medyo parang sleepy yung tone niya and yung look niya. Parang always parang mukhang antok. Pero I think siguro ganun talaga yung personality niya. Kung i-judge ko ang self ko, siguro medyo more bubbly pa dapat. Pero siguro for the scene, dapat fit na medyo seryoso. Kasi ang hirap kasi i-judge ang sarili mo eh.
True.
Kasi, di ba? So,
Kasi if I would comment din dun sa performance, wala masyadong impact when it came dun sa like yung confrontation. Hindi mo na ma-feel masyado yung moment na yun kasi all throughout halos pare-pareho yung performance niya. So hindi nag-level up yung
actually, nung time na confrontation, pati ako parang during the real time na nangyari yun, umiyak talaga as in hagulgol ako. Eh na-feel ko dun parang, konting kulang dun eh. Oo. So yun ang na-feel ko, parang walang boom moment that time. Pero okay naman. Kasi wala naman din talagang awayan nangyari dun. Pero yun lang yung sa part ko, yung iyak. Parang nakulangan na ako sa iyak.
They say that marriage changes a person. Well, it did wonders for me. After your proposal, how did it change you both? In what way?
Dahil sa sobrang tagal namin, I think we won't make a change talaga siguro. Yung drastic change because we've been together for 15 years and then the growth was there all the time. Feeling namin ngayon, after namin ng marriage, parang wala, same day lang. Pero siguro, I won't expect talaga na ganun kasi syempre hindi pa kami kasal. Pero yung adjustment nandyan na. The challenge after that is the responsibility of being a parent. Because syempre first time parent.
yan ang drastic change.
Yun ang drastic change.
But people have a wrong notion kasi now when you get married, things
Are going down.
Or things are going to be different.
Or hard.
Actually, hindi. Like, for me, it was more or less the same when hindi pa kami, tapos nung after marriage, pareho lang naman din. It reflects greatly on yung type ng relationship nyo. Na,
Foundation.
Yung foundation nyo na very comfortable na kayo with one another. Hindi nyo na kailangan mag-adjust. Hindi nyo na kailangan mag-change. And nag-change lang naman sa inyo yung status nyo. So I don't think any adjustment was necessary. Unless na doon mo pala na-discover ay yung asawa ko pala. Mahilig pala ganito, ngayon lang lumitaw. Sa'yo, Marcos.
Yeah, there are things na makikita mo lang after the wedding after the wedding night, diba?
After marriage.
Oo.
Ay, lalaki pala to.
No, I mean like you will listen to his snoring, you will things like that. Things na you don't see when you're parang girlfriend and boyfriend pa lang. So, yun, those are the things that you have to ready for.
Tama.
Like, siguro you'll smell each other's
Parts.
parts. True. No, that's the real stuff.
Sobrang mundane, pero
It is.
Kahit hindi naman direct fart.
Magkahiyaan pa kayo. Siguro first few months, syempre, magkahiyaan pa kayo. And then eventually, you'll see his ugly side early in the morning. Parang ganon. And then you'll see sino, yung debate, or hindi naman yung debate, yung parang sino do the laundry, sino mag-iron ng clothes,
sino maghugas ng pinggan.
sino maghugas ng pinggan and all that. So it's good na you're like 15 years strong, di ba? Parang sige, your foundation is good. Okay lang yun. But for some people kasi medyo,
For
ay,
most.
ganun pala.
Yeah.
Di ba? So yun,
Kaya
ibang
nga-
chapter na naman yun. They say yung 7-year each. 7 ba? Was it 7 or 5-year each?
Actually,
7 years.
7 year yung nangyari sa
Experienced it,
kanya.
Di ba?
The guy, 7 year yun.
Oh.
Akala ko ako magsa 7 year itch, hindi pala.
Yeah.
Karma hits back.
wala pa naman 7 years eh. Start pa lang.
Eh,
2028.
yung after
after
marriage
marriage.
pa.
After marriage.
Ay, hindi na.
Another
Hindi
one.
na. Wag na.
MMK part 2.
Kasing 7 year itch, sa kanya nanggaling eh. So ayoko na.
Marami din adjustments. Marami talagang adjustments na. Pero I'm sure you'll just gonna conquer it.
Kaya yun lang ata yung mag-make ng difference kapag kasi sanay kaming dalawa eh. So, the only thing that will make a difference is kung madagdagan ng isa,
Yeah.
which is our kid or child.
Ako hindi.
Hindi
Nag-adjust.
ka makaubo?
Hindi, nag-adjust rin talaga ako. Kasi yung situation namin was different. Like, although we've been together for 10 years, pero parang half of that was spent apart from each other eh. Kasi she was in law school, I was in
Pang
medical
MMK
school.
talaga.
Hindi. Hindi naman. Hindi, nananawagan nga ako kay Charo Santos eh. Kung pwede.
Kaya text natin.
Different. Kaya parang I was also, hindi naman surprised, pero kasi 15 years na kayo eh. Pero parang sa akin, medyo may adjustment lang. Like, syempre yung sa side niya, sa parents niya, medyo hindi kasi hindi, yung parents niya naman is from the city, pero nag-work na sa ibang city. So parang medyo mahirap yung yung adjustment talagang nung we were engaged na, and then the preparation, medyo apart kami pa rin from each other. So mahirap.
Pero in case with your relationship with her parents, okay na even before? Like close na ba kayo?
Masabi mo okay na eh. Pero like after the proposal, parang you can feel na parang may nagbago. I know na parang on the surface parang everything looks okay, pero parang maramdaman mo meron eh kasi parang siya yung eldest. So parang
Pressure.
it's also hard din sa part
You're also
ng
the eldest.
Yeah, pero lalaki ako eh. It's really different for them kasi babae yung sa
Ano
kanila.
yung discovery after the wedding night? Ano yung discovery? Ay, ganito pala siya. Hindi ko na nakita to, hindi ko nalaman to.
Hindi lang
before.
naman, I wouldn't say after
yung
the...
nakita mo talaga sa kanya?
Hindi naman, not necessarily after the wedding night. Siguro mga after...
Few days, few
Hindi,
weeks.
siguro months or ano.
Ano
Syempre,
yun?
doon
Ano
pa
yung
rin
the most
magsa-surface
remarkable
pa.
thing? Na
Ay, lalaki
ganito
pala.
pala siya.
Ito. Kasi parang, syempre after the marriage, syempre, you'll be living together na mas maayos ako sa gamit kaysa sa kanya. And
Mas careful.
sometimes
Talaga?
naiinis. sometimes naiinis ako na parang,
Pet peeve mo.
bakit parang ako na lang parating nagliligpit ng mga gamit o ano. Yun, isa. Sometimes, kahit na hindi ko sasabihin, parang namamanifest na lang eh. Parang,
Pakiramdaman na lang.
Oh, yeah. So, yun talaga.
May ganun ka ba sa akin? Alam ko marami. Nafe-feel ko yun. Meron ako nafe-feel.
Ayaw mo na sabihin
Hindi
ko.
ko na lang sabihin.
Ano yung mga tells mo na alam mong galit si Jobelle, sir?
Yung syempre, late nagigising. Mga ganun. Usually, sa kanya ko pa pinapatimpla yung kape. Since gagawa naman siya, sabi niya, isa na lang rin para sa akin. Parang ganun. Pero feeling ko marami pa eh.
Yeah, isa rin yun sa akin. Like, late magising. Like, sa aming dalawa, like, alam ko maaga siya sa work niya. Pero ako pa yung nauunang ako pa nauuna sa kanya, mag-ready. Tsaka ang tagal niya sa banyo.
It's a natural for girls naman talaga.
Siguro ito
Siyempre yun. You asked earlier, so yun yung mga naisip ko. But ikaw ba? Ano ba yung sa'yo?
Without the makeup, everything, she's beautiful.
plus points. Date tayo mamaya.
Yan.
It's really different
Siguro
talaga when you're
from
living
the from the
together.
previous episode, siguro sa labas to natulog,
Oo nga.
Ramdam ko parang bumabawi ngayon eh.
Hindi naman.
Medyo lang.
You were accusing us of playing it safe sa last episode. So parang ngayon,
Hanggang ngayon, playing it safe ka pa rin eh.
hindi
Well, alam mo pag playing it safe yung nagsasalita tapos biglang
Oo. Diba?
nag-iisip na yun.
Parang
Stutter
ino-formulate
siya,
hindi naman.
pause.
Isip ko,
I'm just trying to recollect all the para hindi naman ma-invento lang yung mga anong sinasabi
Sabi
ko
ko nga
dito.
sa'yo, I asked you that question. Sabi mo, hindi, it didn't happen right after the wedding day. It came months pa. So, playing it safe na naman to. Dapat yung nakita mo talaga, right after the wedding night, dito naman to sa tabi ko. Ito, ganito pa lang itsura niya.
Tipong rude awakening.
Parang ganon.
Okay.
Yung mas malakas pa pala siyang humilig kaysa
Oo.
sa'yo.
Hindi nag-manifest yung right after the wedding. Like months pa after the wedding, parang yun pala.
Okay,
Yun.
playing it safe. So, yun yung mga kailangan nyo i-anticipate from each other.
So sa MMK, you mentioned na yung kiss hindi niyo pa nagagawa. So does it hold true up to now or medyo
I won't believe that. Grabe naman 15.
Siguro
15 years?
sa ano kasi sa
Hindi ako maniwala.
sa MMK nasa kontra kasi we can modify your story for the purpose of MMK.
great.
Para siyempre
Freedom,
kilig-kilig.
Actually, di ba, we divulged yung first kiss was sa sine and it came like months after,
Few months lang.
oo, pero they wanted it to be demure. So, may pagka...
For the viewers naman kilig-kilig ganun. Para pa-cute-cute lang. Uy, bawal muna.
Hindi siya,
Siyempre, alam natin yung guys.
off the record.
Off the record.
They're gonna be nesting this coming April. But April, your house will be
That's in the
finished.
plan have a baby. So yun na yun.
Okay, it's gonna be finished your house coming April or hindi pa?
Hindi pa.
That's
Nasa contract 6 to 8 months pero up to now going 6 months wala pa rin.
Because of the situation.
Yes, the pandemic.
Pero that's a big step, yung buying your own house na hindi pa kayo married. Kasi marami dyan.
Yung
Split.
kinakabahan nga si Jobelle kasi yung house siya magbabayad. Kasi yung project na yun is for her parents and for us na rin. Kasi doon yung titirang parents niya. So parang she decided, ako muna sa house, ako sa training and sa wedding and sa lot. Pero parang diba as expected na maging married kami, parang conjugal na yun.
Yeah.
Oo. Pero yung big part nun kasi siya yung magbabayad ng house.
Parang in ano na lang yun, parang formality's sake. I'm sure you will be helping out with it. The gastos. Ganun
Yeah.
naman.
Parang niset lang namin siya sa house, ako sa wedding, ako sa kabilang lot, ganun. Ako din sa training ko kasi magbabayad din ako sa cosmetic. So, yan, separate.
So
Ayun.
you're now in cosmetic surgery?
Wala pa. Soon. Ngayon, while in Moonlight, I will proceed muna sa aesthetic medicine. Like yung mga Botox or yung mga
And you're paying for
threading. Yes. Magsa-start actually this February
Where? Here?
sa Manila.
So you're not receiving anything and then you're paying for it?
Yes. Kasi we're paying for the skill.
Toxic, no? Kabar April, ano na sila? Mag
Actually,
wedding na.
actually yung sinasabi ko kay Sir Kerwin full schedule talaga kami kasi 1 to 15 dipolog working every day ganyan, tapos pagdating dito nagwo-work pa kami sa West Metro plus in between mga vlogs pa or mga daming racket.
So yung vlogs, how's that going for you? Is it something lucrative din ba talaga, or is it like an outlet for you guys lang talaga?
Outlet.
Outlet lang.
Mostly outlet because we started yun nga sa Friendster, Facebook. Nag-start na kami with all the videos. Pero walang vlog, walang salita. Hindi katulad yung ngayon. So why not use that skill sa video editing? So why not level up? Kasi 'di ba vlogging is in right now. So ginamit lang namin yun para 'di ba nakikita rin natin mga vloggers ngayon, grabe yung income nila. Parang just by vlogging, nakakapagpatayo sila ng bahay, bili ng kotse, tapos endorsements left and right. So why not? Malay natin, maabutan natin yan.
Are you in that level already?
Hindi.
You're getting something out of it?
Siguro hindi naman din beginner kasi we started last year. Pero parang going there. Ngayon kasi nasa after MMK, nadagdagan lang ng 10,000 subs. So we're now 20.
Lang yan.
Lang.
Ay, hindi. Kasi ang goal ko kasi is the 100. Yun ang in-expect ko. After MMK, baka makuha na natin silver play button. So medyo bumaba sa sa goal. So I think more kayod ba. Kasi sa YouTube
So
kasi
may timeline ba kayo for this, like kailan the next 5 years or next 2 years?
actually sinulat ni Jobelle kanina
Yung
lang.
goal ko is 2021.
This year
silver
This
play
year.
Kaya sabi ko na pressure naman ako dyan.
Gayahin namin yung plano niya sa podcast.
Actually, dapat kasi plan nyo talaga para at least ma-pressure kayo, hindi natin naabot. So parang, di ba, mas ma-push kayo.
Nung bata kayo, gusto ko maging ganito, or was it something recent lang, or
Recent lang. Parang why not level up with what's happening right now?
o natural evolution lang kasi nag-start ka yung doing this as an outlet para sa
Yes.
affection mo kay Jobelle?
Yes, actually yung we never expected nga talaga na we will reach this level na maraming subscribers kasi hindi talaga namin hinabol. We're not in it for the fame or for the money. Parang dumating lang, parang nagsasubscribe mga tao sa amin dahil nai-inspire sila sa story namin. So kami, parang swerte naman natin na parang maging platform to inspire other people. So why not? Yun, take the advantage ba ulit? or yung leverage na nandyan na. So gamitin na lang natin. So magpa-vlog na tayo. At first we struggled naman kasi diba nandun pa rin yung factor ng hiya. Gaganon kayo sa camera, magsasalita kayo, tapos makikita kayo ibang tao. Pero eventually masasanay lang. Parang
So
ganun.
anong particular content nyo talaga, or anong advocacy, or meron ba kayong
Do you have a specific market?
Yes,
Target
kailangan mo
market?
kailangan sa vlog in the world of YouTube, kailangan mo ng niche or that word niche meaning may category ka for someone or a follower to follow you. Kasi alam nila anong ginagawa mo Kasi for example, interested sila sa ganitong field like travel vlogs, ganun. Yun yung mga target audience mo. So kami, nag-start kami sa relationship namin. So 3 lang yan, love, career, and travel. Pero since walang travel ngayon, so dun muna kami sa 2. Or siguro next family na kapag matagdagan like with a child. Yung journey namin sa
So
couple.
kumusta yung reception sa inyo? Like may mga tao ba they're writing you, may nagme-message privately sa inyo, or
Actually, parang overwhelming yung response nila. Especially if it's about us, like our relationship. Parang nakaka-overwhelm yung messages, yung mga comments. So we thought na we have to push through with this kasi the audience really want this. And then most of our audience is actually young adults and teenagers. So sabi ko, kung magtutalk tayo about health and medicine, baka hindi natin ma-reach yung target natin kasi it will be too serious na for their level.
so generally anong demographics nyo? Like 15 to 25, ganyan?
So ngayon, hindi.
30s
Mga
to 40s na.
18 and up. 18 to 30s. Mga ganun.
Early 30s.
Kasi yun talaga yung na-realize namin. It's not about the number of followers. It's about your content talaga. Kasi for example, kami, we have that certain number of followers. Kung ang vlog namin is about us, our house, or plans, ang daming views. Kasi sa
Nagsispike.
YouTube kasi meron kasing YouTube Studio, you can analyze your views.
Analytics,
O yung analytics. Tapos yun, if it's about us, grabe yung spike or yung yung feedback ng mga tao. But
Yung watch time.
pero if kapag ibang video ang pinapakita ko, kahit kami 2 involved, for example, ako last time I vlogged about motor, at hindi naman ako milig sa motor. Parang, kasi yung dad ko, bibili siya ng motor. So, why not vlog it? Total, nauso sa Zamboanga City yung motor-motor. Baka marami yung magsasubscribe, marami yung magla-like. Pero yung feedback, sobrang baba. Yun yung lowest video ko ngayon. So, parang, hindi talaga to sa, sa content talaga yung habol ng mga tao.
Do you bask sa do you enjoy yung
Glory nyo, you're enjoying
Fame.
right now.
Yung sa
Yung fame.
Ang masasabi lang talaga namin dyan is since nag-trend kami before 2016 because yung nag-post ako about our 10th anniversary, yun ang initial post namin na grabe yung subscribers, umabot ng 2 million views and grabe yung sa Facebook followers, umabot.
What happened there sa 10th anniversary? What did you do?
Yung ginawa kong surprise, yung elaborate surprise sa isang hotel.
Alright.
Yung ako nag-design and then the explosion box. So dun biglang nag-boom. As in yung phone ko, yung Facebook ko naglalag talaga literally. Hindi na siya gumagalaw dahil sa sobrang daming pumapasok na notifications. And then yun, syempre at first, dahil first time ko yung na-feel, sobrang nahay ako. Uy, grabe yung feedback. And then naturally nandun yung pressure na I have to keep up with the postings about us. Tapos yun, after few years, mafe-feel mo rin talaga na fame is just temporary. Yung mapapansin mo na
It dies down.
It dies down, nauumay mga tao, yung iba nag-unsubscribe na slowly. So na-feel namin na it's just temporary. So parang wala kang right para isipin mo na sino ka na talaga or dahil marami kang subscribers, sikat ka na talaga. Parang ganun.
You really have to be innovative, no? Parang nandyan
The
sa
pressure
yan.
is there. Oo.
Kasi if this dies down, you have to think of something na bago na naman.
Well, the good thing
Andun-
about you guys is you're both doctors.
Yun nga there's something interesting about us.
Then,
Or-
for some kasi, ginagawa nilang career ang
Yes.
pag-YouTube. So,
Yes.
lucky for you guys, you have parang, hindi naman fallback. Actually,
Parang yun ang priority.
Yeah. Yung priority niya naman is pagiging doctor.
Yes,
So,
true.
Yun yung full-time doctor, part-time vlogger. So kaya yung vlogging
kaya nga
namin
parang
yung
kanina I was quite surprised. But why do you feel the pressure? Kasi parang, ka naman physician ka naman. So, parang,
siguro yung nga yung sinabi nila yung dopamine spike, yung feeling of high na yung daming nag-ano Siyempre, hindi naman natin pwede sabihin ay hindi yun ang habol namin fame pero nararamdaman mo yun
You're enjoying it.
Yes.
You're enjoying it.
You're looking for it.
Reality speaks, yun talagang nararamdaman mo. Kaya yung iba na-addict sa TikTok. Kita mo, di ba? Sayaw ng sayaw.
Pero at the end of the day, you're doctors. I mean,
Yun lang.
come on.
Siguro yun lang yung field namin like sa Facebook and sa YouTube. Yun lang. Pero yun lang yung realization namin na fame is just temporary. Kahit may MMK kami, eventually mawawala pa rin kami. So, just be humble.
as long as you're enjoying your what you do right now, like okay naman talaga. Like for us, nagpo-podcast kami just because we enjoy doing it,
Yes, yes.
not because we want fame or we want financial gains out of it.
Yes.
Like
Pero syempre, di ba gusto pa rin natin na maraming mag-subscribe. Nandun na yun.
Yeah,
pero,
nandun na yun, yeah.
Pero hindi yun ang main.
So syempre kung popular na kayo, yun, it comes with yung its own set of bashers din. So meron na rin ba kayo or
It started nung 10th anniv.
talaga that early?
Kasi hindi pa kami kilala that time
what were the
So,
common what were the common things na sinasabi nila sa inyo?
Kasi syempre hindi kami kilala as doctors. Or siguro that time medical
Medical students.
students. So parang tingin nila sa amin baka ay high school lang to sila.
No,
parang
parang mag-aral muna kayo.
Mag-aral muna kayo,
Landi,
ganyan.
ganun.
walang forever. Ganyan. Tapos ang dun, sinasabi nila yung since hindi kami kilala, tapos ang setup niya nasa hotel. So parang alam na kaya niya yung ginagawa dahil alam na ganyan. Tapos walang pagkain. Bakit yan? Parang ang laki-laki ng surprise pero walang pagkain. Pero hindi nila nakita na hindi namin in-include sa video pero meron. So parang dinidiin nila yung something wala. Parang
mga bitter lang.
actually yun ang gina-feel ko
common
kaya
na bashers
kaya hindi
na
namin pinatulan.
sometimes out of jealousy, out of sariling
Pero you
insecurities
can't
nila.
help it because it gets in your nerve kasi.
Oo, totoo.
Parang
Kukontrolin mo
As much
talaga.
as gusto mong i-ignore, minsan meron
gustong
talaga.
patulan eh.
Parang gusto mo i-prove them.
Parang the idiot in you is parang parang gustong bumawi eh. Parang,
Capability.
Actually, nung time na nabasa ko, ba't walang pagkain? Kawawa naman ng girl. Hinanap ko talaga yung picture na may food.
Tapos
Pinost ko
sa
lang
comment section.
sa comment. Pero gusto ko talaga lang yung parang i-ano mo siya, like awayin mo siya, pero syempre marami din na nanonood, ganyan. Keep your cool.
Pero it's a skill, no? Na you have to learn na yung
true.
hindi mo patulan yung mga ano.
Even
you
seasoned
you
actors.
still have to be polite.
Actually, mahirap siya, pero you have to be mature enough to accept.
Pero in recent years, was there a time na napikon ka na talaga?
Actually,
Sa mga-
wala naman. And actually, in-expect na rin namin na baka ngayon after MMK may magbabash na naman. Pero siguro yung feedback okay, ayos naman eh. Siguro kilala, marami rin nagde-defend sa amin. Yung mga ever since na nag-viral kami dati, parang grabe yung nila, parang defense nila sa amin. Pero kilala ko yun sila, ganito sila, parang good comments ba lahat? So parang yung mga bashers
so
mismo.
there are also people who are defending you.
Yun.
Aside from your family and friends and classmates.
Kaya parang yung mga tao mahiya na lang sila mag-bash kasi baka anuin sila, atikihin sila.
May mga top fans na sila. Yeah, top fan.
May mga ganun.
Yung bashers mabash.
Actually, in-expect na namin eh kasi for the longest time, hindi namin pinopost sa social media yung mga away namin, yung mga nangyari sa MMK, yung mga nagkaroon ng mga ng mga
Third party.
siguro third party, mga ganun, or mga relationship outside our relationship. So baka inisip na namin, baka andyan na yung mga bashers, sabihin, akala ko perfect kayo, hindi naman pala eh, mga ganun. Pero we're not trying naman
Yung mga bashers, where do they come from?
Anywhere.
From Zamboanga City? More?
Yeah,
Or-
sa labas. Mas marami sa labas. Yung mga hindi kami kilala. Kasi siguro kilala kami dito sa Zamboanga, like, mga medical students yan.
Or
mga
that was
ganun.
before.
That was before.
Most of the videos na pinopost namin ngayon, if they comment, parang puro positive. Siguro kasi the respect is there kasi doctors na kami at this time. Pero before...
It was different back then. Kasi
Yes.
parang dati parang itsura nyo kasi talagang
May
sobrang
difference
bata.
talaga, no?
Yes.
Oo.
Ngayon, puro
When I saw your
positive.
pictures nung sa MMK, like parang wow, sila yan nung ano. Yeah, parang mahirap paniwalaan. And sometimes nangyayari talaga.
Sa bagay, sa ngayon, you two would pass as college pa rin.
Oh, yeah.
Makakapagtuloy na, di ba? So,
Kagaya ko.
Baby face.
Kagaya natin, di ba?
Ay, ganun pala.
Meron pala yan.
Kailangan natin yan para sa YouTube.
Automatic.
So yun talaga in-expect namin na baka sabihin nila na ay pagitang tao lang pala kayo. Ganun. Pero it never came naman because we didn't try to make it look like we're perfect. Ayaw lang talaga namin i-post yung mga negative things sa Facebook kasi it's a form of disrespect sa partner mo rin. And at the same time, it will stay in your relationship. And then I think MMK is a good platform na ipakita yun. To reveal and to be real talaga. Kasi yung nga, nape-pressure yung ibang tao, kailangan mo to be, maging katulad kay Gerard, mag-surprise, ganun, especially mga babae. So gusto na ipakita doon, nothing's perfect. Kailangan yung paghirapan talagang relationship ninyo. And challenges will really come sa sa years ninyo.
anong long-term goals nyo with sa YouTube, sa social media? Do you plan of something bigger?
So yun, sa mga plano, forte mo na yan.
Kasi yung social media po kasi we wanted to integrate it with his career. So he's planning to take cosmetic surgery. So we wanted to make another YouTube channel.
Only his career?
More on siya po kasi. When I go into training,
But you said earlier, when it comes to career, you're the more aggressive
yeah,
one.
but the social media part
Wow.
and yung cosmetic surgery, we can integrate it.
Okay.
But on my part, like I will take neurology, so it will be 4 years pa. So I might be distant. Parang hindi ako
Out of the
take part.
limelight.
Yes.
Pati kahit sa neurology, parang hindi mo din ata ma-vlog yun.
Hindi talaga.
Siguro unless gagawa ka ng parang tutorial or parang lesson sa YouTube. Parang ganun. Pero you cannot vlog about your life with your patients.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to ask pa sana kasi if you're planning to go into residency, then what are your plans sa YouTube nyo? I mean, how do you plan to manage it? Kasi syempre, you will be going on a 24-hour
Yes.
duty or ano. So, paano nyo,
Yeah.
anong balak nyo sa ano?
Siguro yun kasi yung sinasabi natin na YouTube is not our
Priority.
first priority.
Priority, okay.
It could die down. You can just come back when it's the right time. Pati kung hindi man kami mag-vlog for a month or year siguro, okay lang sa amin. Babalik lang kung when the time is right.
But after your training, I'm planning to create
Planan
another YouTube
namin.
channel for his lang talaga procedures, patients.
Yes. Kasi in cosmetic surgery, marketing kasi
Yes.
talaga is the key
Yeah.
para makilala ka.
Agree.
And then we have the platform na, so why not take advantage of it?
Yeah, it will create awareness.
Bagay sa kanya yung
Mm-mm.
cosmetics.
Kaya late ko na rin
Total
na-realize.
package. No?
Actually, yung late lang namin na-realize this, like, for the past, 2 months ago lang namin na-realize, why not ito nga? Kasi
Yeah.
na-encounter lang namin ng isang friend namin when we went to
Aesthetics.
Manila. Aesthetic doctor siya. And he talked about, why not go into aesthetics or cosmetic surgery?
Actually,
Magandang-
when he first saw us, he said na, magderma ka, ikaw, mag-cosmetic surgery ka.
out of
Sabi
the
ko pa,
blue.
hindi ko plano magderma. So, sabi ko, sayo na lang yan. So, binigay ko.
So sabi ko,
kay
Doc,
Joe.
mag-IM ako kasi tandem kami, neuro, IM. ganyan. And then yung nagkaroon ng time na we thought about it, napag-usapan namin, and oo nga, bagay nga kasi 'di ba, our personalities and the vlog, so parang nag-jive lang siya. So yun, it worked for us. So yun yung gagawin namin next move.
So I guess that's it, no? I hope you guys learned a lot from Dr. Jobelle Fernandez and Dr. Gerard Santos. If you have any comments or suggestions, just leave it in the comment section below. And guys, also don't forget to follow their channel.
So guys, thank you for watching this podcast, and also subscribe to our channel, youtube.com/Gerard /Jobelle and Gerard. Jobelle Gerard lang ba? Jobelle Gerard, yun. And follow our Facebook accounts, Gerard Santos and Jobeline Fernandez, and our Facebook page, Sandes MD.
And of course, guys, don't forget also to subscribe to Room 510. And of course, follow this podcast wherever you get your podcasts. So this has been your host. My name is Pom.
And this is Korean.
Marcus here.
Yeah.
Bye.
Stay safe. Stay strong. See you next time. Sayonara.